Hey there, welcome to 4 Minute Friday, and this week I want to talk to you about your true potential. Hey there, yes, it's me again, Brian Conway from achievesuccess.co.uk, and I've literally just got back off holiday. As you can see here, I'm actually in the office today just catching up on a few things, and I wanted to share with you something I read on holiday. I tend to read a lot, and as you can probably imagine, I read a lot of personal development stuff. And I read a quote by Bruce Lee. Now, anybody who grew up in the 70s is probably a fan of Bruce Lee, probably back then more for his kung fu, perhaps now maybe more for his philosophy. But he talked about, in this quote that I read, he talked about ever since he was a child, how he had this urge for a personal expansion and growth, and how he wanted to just be the best Bruce Lee he could be. And he goes on to say that he believes it is every human being's duty to realize their full potential. Now, somebody else once said that, life, none of us get out of it alive. We know the day we're born, at some point down the road, life will end for us, and we never know when that is. So you've always got to think about, what are you doing today? Are you realizing the true you could be? Are you the best person you could be? Are you realizing your true potential? Now, that may come down to actually questioning whether you're even in the right job. Now, again, just prompts me to think of another quote by a lady called Millie Banerjee, I think her name was. She was one of the board directors at BT when I worked there many years ago. And she's probably actually, what she said here resonated me with a lot. It's probably the catalyst behind me actually leaving BT and setting up my own business. But the thing she said was, if you're not kicking off the duvet at least 3 out of 5 days a week, you really ought to question whether you're in the right job. And I suppose I said that for me was a catalyst behind potentially leaving, because as much as I loved sales and I love selling and I love working with clients and customers and I love technology that I used to sell, the products we used to sell, I always wanted to be my own boss, and I always wanted to help other people. That's why now, today, I am a coach and a trainer and a teacher, and as you know, in personal development and, more importantly, business and sales skills. So my objective is always about helping individuals realize their true potential. But sometimes I do find with clients that I work with that I want it for them more than they seem to want it for themselves. So that does beg the question if they're in the right job, and are they doing the right things that give them true personal satisfaction. And I think that's what we should all ask ourselves once in a while. Now, we've just finished the first quarter of the year. Hopefully it's been successful for you. Hopefully now you can start to review what you've been doing, whether it's been working or not. I talk a lot about this in this month's Sales in a Circle training. But are you in the job you really want to be in? Or are you in a job at least that has the capabilities to help you realize the potential, your true potential? And do you even know what that is? See, sometimes we just get into the workplace. I work with a lot of early in career individuals, as we call them, so graduates who are in their first job, and they're not even sure if this is what they want to do, or when they went to university it wasn't what they saw themselves doing. They've almost ended up in it by luck. Now, that's not a bad thing necessarily. Sometimes, you have to try these different things to realize what you do and don't like. But you do have to stop and reflect on that sometimes and actually question whether what you're doing is really what you want to do. Now, that may mean changing job. If you're in the right job, it may be just about upping your game and realizing that you're coasting. But maybe you've been doing it for some time, you can do it without much conscious thought, and therefore you're not really applying yourself, and therefore probably not achieving your true potential. So that's what I want you to think about this weekend. It's not a sales skill now I'm teaching or any kind of business tactic. I want you to think about yourself. I want to think about whether you are realizing your full potential, and if not, why not? What's stopping you? And once you've identified why not, what could you do to change it? Maybe that is a career change. Maybe that is just a job change. Maybe it's just stepping up and applying yourself more and achieving excellence within the job that you currently do. I don't know what it is for you. Obviously, as a viewer of this video, I know, as I said, with many of my clients, sometimes we have to actually work out what it is they want to do first before I can help them achieve excellence in it. But this week, as I said, less selling, but more personal development. So ask yourself, are you realizing your true potential? If not, why not? And if once you recognize that, what could you do to fix it? But commit to then fixing it. Don't go another year if you're unhappy in what you're doing. If you're not kicking off that duvet 3 to 4 times a week and leaping out of bed, longing to go and do the job that you're doing, because we all do this for long enough, so we might as well enjoy it. Or, as Bruce Lee said, are you being the best human being that you could be? Okay, think about that this coming week. I look forward to seeing you next week. This has been 4 Minute Friday. I'm Brian Conway. Take care.